Now let's take a look at managing certificate services. Now the way you're going to do this is if you'll click on Start, Administrative Tools, Certification Authority. Now keep in mind, in previous videos we actually installed certificate services as a role on this machine, and so we will kick that off, and you will notice if we go in here that we can see that our certificate server name, and then we can just simply go through and say we don't have any revoked or issued certificates or pending requests or failed requests. Certificate templates is interesting. They will ask you about these on the exam. I'll show you a couple of things here, but you need to go out and kind of play with these and do a little bit of reading on them. But notice I can see these right here, and I can either delete them or I can see properties to see what's actually going on with these things. If I want to manage or change these, I have to right click on certificate templates and choose manage, and that will open up an additional MMC, and now I can actually get to all of my certificate templates. And I will grab, say, the RAS and IAS server, and if I go to properties, you will see that I can start to go through here and change some of the aspects of these things. So notice I can publish an Active Directory for automatic renewals, use the existing key if a new one can't be created, this and that. So I can set all this up and I can close this. One other thing, notice I can duplicate this template and use it as a starting point for another one, and I can create them based on the templates, and there we go. It's going to create this name and it's going to have these characteristics, and there's my copy down there, and I can use that as a base to start with. Let's come back out here and actually create one. So what I'm going to do is close this. I'm going to log off here. I'm logged on as administrator, and I'm going to log in as Frank R. Jones. Now, since I'm on the same domain controller, I've had to elevate some of Frank's privileges so that he could log on locally. And so I will log in as Frank, and what we're going to do is we're going to have Frank try to encrypt some contents of a folder using EFS encryption, and this will generate a certificate for Frank. What I will do is click on Start, go to Computer, and then I'll go to Drive C, and I will create a new folder, and I'll call it Frank's Files. How about that? Inside Frank's Files, let's stick a text document in here real quickly. We'll create a new text document, and we'll just put some test data, and then we will, oh, I don't want to do that. Save that, close it. Then we will come back here, and we'll go to Frank's Files, right click, go to Properties, and click on Advanced on the General tab, and we're just going to tell it encrypt the contents to secure the data. And when I apply that, it'll ask me, do you want to do all the folders and files under that folder? And I will say yes, and notice it's applying the attributes. Now what it's doing right here, it's applying those attributes, but it also requested a certificate for Frank. And so let's close this now, and let's log off of Frank, and then we will log back on as administrator. Go back into my desktop. Now let's go back out to the certification authority, and this time we should see, notice if we expand this, issued certificates. Notice there is a requester name for F.R. Jones. Now we can right click and we can do all tasks. We can view the attributes and extension of this. We can see extensions out here on this particular certificate, but you can see that a certificate has been issued to Frank. If for any reason I want to revoke this certificate, I can right click, go to all tasks, and choose revoke, and it's going to ask me for the date and the time, and it's going to ask me for a reason, and I can put it on certificate hold, notice, and if I go to revoked, it'll be out there on certificate hold. Now if it's on certificate hold, I can go back and unrevoke the certificate and put it back. Anything other than certificate hold, and I can't unrevoke it. So as you see, there's a lot of things you can do here, and I would strongly encourage you to go out and play with this, dig out there in some information. I'm including in here a step-by-step guide for certificate services in your work files. Go read through that. It has some step-by-steps for playing with it and setting up some things and generating some certificates. It's a pretty good introduction to managing these certificates. Just go get your hands on it and read as much as you can about certificate services, because you will see things about this on the exam.